let's just talk about Lady Gaga. I mean, all those people who said, "Oh, she's gonna get political," and "Oh, she's gonna ruin this whole thing," and she knocked it out the park. Hand to God, I said to my wife, "What if she came out in a spangled outfit and sang 'God Bless America'?" I said that, and what happened? It was unbelievable. And the critics zipped them up. They couldn't say a word about it. So I don't know if you had a chance
Well,
to watch it or not, but if you didn't, go back and
I
watch it.
couldn't. I saw it on the
Big screen.
big screen,
Yeah,
but the sound inside wasn't
yeah,
good.
yeah,
Better on television,
yeah.
certainly.
Made for TV
It
deal.
was exactly. Um, but her performance, I mean, high energy,
Mm,
and she's an amazing singer.
yeah,
I don't know how it's been viewed this morning by
really good,
critics.
really good. A
Okay,
lot of some of my people that have a strong right wing, and that's fine, leanings who didn't want to like her. About
right.
10 said she handled it with class. She never brought up the politics. Okay, give her credit for a great show because Terry. A lot of moving parts that swing and all that stuff, and that those drones in the sky making the flag, which was pre-shot. It's a wonderful performance. One of the great. Listen,
I,
the greatest Super Bowl game and one of the greatest halftime shows ever.
right. Uh, I went when I was at her press conference. I couldn't help but think to myself, watching her answer questions. At first, when she was introduced to probably 500 international reporters, international, all entertainment from around the world, she came out dressed really sharp. And the first thing she did was just stop and she posed. And she went through several poses, and I went, wow. So that's how they do it. And Tammy and I were going. I was looking. I said, "Gee, look at boy. That's really big time,
Mm.
buddy. I mean, that's really big time." And that's I went, whew, this mega star here. And then she went up to the podium and started talking. And I thought, oh, this might be the sweetest person, celebrity I've ever met, because I I was always a fan of her music. Forget about everything else. Uh, and then I became a huge fan of her. Meeting her dad and her mom and all her family was with her. So sweet, so kind, so gracious, so humble, so patriotic in that press conference. And it was genuine, so it wasn't fake. And I just said, God, this is really a remarkable young woman. And I asked my silly question, and then I presented her mother, Cynthia, with a football. And then later that night, I had to do a deal for Chase Bank. And when I got there, the head of security took me to a room and said they had a bunch of footballs back there, NFL footballs, and said, Lady Gaga's sent these over and want you to sign them. And she had me sign it for her um, for her mom and dad, for her aunts and uncles, and everybody was married. And it was,
Mm.
I sat there for about 20 minutes and signed a bunch of footballs that she herself had bought and had her
Wow.
people send over. So I'm talking, wow, this is a woman that cares about her family a great deal. And so I came away, couldn't watch the performance. I will tell you
Oh,
this: I
watch it.
saw it. I saw it. I saw it. No, I couldn't watch it live. I
Mm.
saw it I saw it early this morning when we
Mm.
got in, and I fast forwarded to it before I went to sleep, and I watched it, and I thought, wow, boy, it did sound good, and was it and coming down then dropping out of sight.
Yeah.
It's
Every detail.
amazing.
Every
Oh
detail.
God! And can you imagine how much money
Oh
that cost?
my
Whew.
gosh. Hey,
And
and
she didn't have to foot the bill for it
no,
either.
she didn't. I think you should start every press conference with a pose. So if you were like
Oh yeah.
starting, if
Oh
you're
buddy.
starting, no wait, no, see, if you're starting a press conference now, let me see
Oh yeah.
how would you
Well,
pose?
hey, walk out and get my
Let's see
yeah.
if you can do
I,
Lady Gaga.
yeah. Oh boy. Yeah,
uh,
that was it was pretty cool. I've never seen that before.
yeah,
I've walked the red carpet
yeah,
doing movies and stuff,
Yeah.
And the women, cross their leg or point one leg forward or whatever. Uh, but I never seen one just walk
Yeah.
out knowing, well, everybody wants pictures. And she just walked out, stopped, and just started posing. And
And
I'm like, whoa,
yeah.
so this is how you
And
do
you
it.
said this is you're the biggest stars I've ever seen. You said that on
Yeah,
publicly right
yes,
there.
yeah.
I heard you. Yeah.
I said you're the biggest star I ever seen, and
Yeah.
I met, and I did, I sang with Paul McCartney.
Yes, you
So,
did.
and
Yeah.
I screwed that song up.
You gonna sing with me?
It's been a hard day's night, and I've been sleeping
Working.
like a dog or something. I don't know. I screwed it up so bad. And I'm like,
Oh,
but man, he's sitting there and he was laughing. We had a blast. That was fun. So it was nice too. And listen, she didn't know who I was, and she didn't have to be. She was just as thrilled to meet me as I was her, and that made me feel pretty good.
yeah.
And it made my wife had her arm around me, so
There
that
you go.
she had to be going. This is my
And
man.
grandmother's got a crush on
Yeah,
you.
yeah,
There you
she
go.
does,
Yeah,
and
that's
she's
good.
single.
See, that was funny. That was the funniest thing.
I thought it was funny.
It was very funny, and some people didn't get it, which I think is
No, they
really
didn't get it
the
at
problem.
all.
But that's just one of
Probably
those fake news is.
some LA
Yeah.
reporter. Who knows? It is
Happy
what it is.
trails.
Happy trail. I'm gonna drop it down a little.
All right, let's drop it on down. Sing it.
I'm gonna go key O octave.
Oh boy, that's a tough one. I'll try it.
Happy trail. Happy trails to you until we meet again. And oh, by
Again.
the way, even though this is our last football
Yes.
telecast, I will continue to be talking sports with my boy here
Oh, I appreciate that, man.
as we get our Facebook and
Twitter, and we're up
butt
now.
book, and
We're up on radio listeners to like over 150 now. So we're getting big.
150
Yeah.
people. I told you we were going to be stars.
Yeah. And getting some of those YouTube channels, they're getting over 100. So we're knocking it out the park.
We're not gonna. Hey, we're going to get there.